How's it going, guys? As promised, we hit the goal, so we are going to do the Halloween event video. If you guys remember, I've already done this video in advance. I just wanted to see if you guys would actually engage with me. I'm excited about that. Thanks, guys. I really do love you. So this Halloween event, let's break down what our priorities should be here, and so you can understand which Halloween sweets you need to grind out to get the most bang for your buck, bang for your time out of this game.
Hey, listen!
Just do it!
So first thing we need to do is look at this liberation weapon to understand if it's worth getting. So the stats here is a 25 flat attack and 8 defense and 2 speed. Now the only reason that this is interesting is because it gives you flat defense and flat speed, and that means as you increase C levels, you will get more speed and defense as well. The issue though is that the game only gives you one of them. That kind of sucks. How are you supposed to, you know, never mind. Maybe there's a future event that we don't know about. Maybe there's multiple weeks of this Halloween event. We'll find out. But as it stands, Liberation has the skill of if a skill that targets a single enemy produces a weak hit, decrease the HP recovery effect of the enemy attacked by 45% for 2 turns. Guys, this could be a pretty useful weapon if you are attacking like the Hydra monster, because that has a lot of health regen. If you're attacking a team in Tijuana, but overall, I think that it's a relatively weak skill because healing isn't something that is predominantly part of this meta. Sure, healing is a good additive, it is a good utility, but it's still the burst damage in this meta that we are terrified of. Producing a weak hit also means that it's situationally applied. You can't just force a weak hit, it has to be into a type advantage. So overall, I would say that this Liberation is fairly lackluster. I would hold off on getting it until you see if there's going to be multiple of them out there for you to increase the level with. If you can't increase the level of this bad boy without using universal shards, I want nothing to do with it. So guys, we're going to be addressing this from a free-to-play player's point of view that is somewhere between beginning game and end game. If you're very far into the end game, your priorities definitely will change through this. And basically, I can tell you that the limited doll and the symbol gacha are must-haves for you. But for free-to-play players, let's look at it this way. If you're free-to-play and you're not at very far into in-game working on maxing out like your 20th hero, the first thing you need to do is come down here and buy out these stamina potions. These will help you grind significantly. You'll get a ton of character levels out of it. You can continue to do the Halloween event so you can grind out more sweets. Be sure to buy all of these and use all of them. And then from there, you may want to go and get the 10x symbol gacha. The reason that 10x symbol gachas are so good, as well as normal hero gachas, is because when you do a 10x ticket, you get an additional perk as well, which generally is a limited doll on symbols, or they will be shards of the weapon you're rolling for. But limited dolls are very good. They allow you to transcend or break through characters or heroes that are limited that you can no longer roll. So having more of these is good for you. As you can see, I have 14 of them here, so I'm stockpiling them, waiting till I find just that one unit that I want. I'm tempted to do it on my Summer Stella, but we'll just wait and see what the rest of the game has. The game keeps throwing new units at us left and right. From there, I would say that your scroll of destinies are very important. You need to make sure that you are stacking up on these the best you can. As you can see, I only have 1 of these. That means I can only get an additional unit destiny bonded. So I will be prioritizing these as well. Then from there, you probably want these Crescent Candies. You need a lot of Crescent Candies at the beginning of the game to get your pets to level 80. Really, the only priority, in my opinion, that you need at 80 is cat. Dog, you can prioritize just the stats that you want to get out of it. Its secondary skills aren't really team changing like cats are. Now, after that, I would say that you could prioritize, as a new player, I would prioritize maybe not even the experience book. I would come all the way down and buy out all of the Mesta. You can get a really good sum of money off of this fairly cheaply. For 500 sweets, you can get about 3 million gold. That's a pretty substantial amount of gold to have our Mesta to have in this game at the beginning. It'll help you get all of your elemental blast paid for. It'll help you with all your levels. and so forth. So getting the Mesta there will be very important for you early game players. And then I would go through here and just buy out the Tome of the Universes. 30 books will get you pretty far if you're in the lower levels, like below sub 80 for these characters. So you could prioritize this for 300 sweets. You can basically get a unit 0 to 60, maybe even higher, from 60 to 80 even maybe. And so that's nice. And then at that point, guys, you can decide on your own if you want the one-off tickets for the symbol gacha, which are pretty useful to have, especially if you're still searching for that one specific item that changes your team comp around. The later this game goes on, the more valuable specific weapons will be, so it may be a good idea for you to consider stacking up on these early. As you can see, I went all out on the Avenger, and I haven't really rolled since then. And then after you have all that, you need to just go ahead and try to farm all the materials you can. The mysterious crystals are always good to have on hand. There's some of your later stage EBs. And then all of these through here, just buy them as you see them, buy them as you get them. You will have them in abundance later into the game, but when you run out, they're pretty hard to come by. So be sure you're stacking up early. You have all of the stamina pots to get through it, so it should be pretty easy for you. Both new players and advanced players, until we see multiple of this liberation, that is definitely your last priority. I would rather that really bad return on investment that is Mesta than this at the moment. But there could be more Halloween events on the way. There were multiple summer events, so maybe there's multiple Halloween events. And with multiple Halloween events, if you can get this liberation to level 10 through these events, it definitely becomes worth it at that point, especially for 100 sweets to get the one liberation. If you can get this at level 10 and it's giving you base defense, it's giving you base speed, that's a strong weapon. But at level 1, the effect isn't good enough for you to use. So be careful with that, and you definitely don't want to use your universal shards here. But that'll do it for this guide, guys. If you like this guide, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a sub. Let's get some engagement going on this, both for me and for the community, guys. The more that you like and comment on these Idola videos, the more likely YouTube is to recommend this game to other gacha players. And we definitely need more players in this game. That is a must. I will be looking for your comments on the subreddit. Next up is a video I've already recorded for the Idola battle, guys. I hope you look forward to that one. That one was actually pretty fun to make. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.